to today's video. So today I have decided to do my favourite palettes of 2022. There's not 10 here because I've got so many favourites that 10 just wasn't enough. So I've got quite a lot, so I'm going to get through this. So they're not in order either. I can't be bothered this year because I can't really rate them in order. I just can't. They're all my favourites in certain ways, so we'll get into this. So my first favourite I have chosen, which was a gift from Outa, and this is the Revolution Pro New Neutrals palette. This is a firm favourite of mine. I really love this palette. It's always in my daily makeup because mainly I use that one for my brows because it's just the right tone, I think, for me. Although the other day I thought it looked a bit red for some reason. Anyway, so I use that a lot. I have nearly used the whole of that. That's going to make me sad. But I've got them shades everywhere else. But the reason why I love this palette is because I love all the neutrally brownies, try that again. I love all the neutral brown colours and the brownie reds. But I really love these pinks and the purples. And it's just such a versatile palette. And you can always create a look with it, and a real quick look if you need to get out of the house really quick. And yeah, I just really love it, and I love this shade, that shade's beautiful, pinky sort of coppery shade. I like the glitters, although I've not really been going in with glitters that much lately. And yeah, I really do love this palette. I really enjoy using it, and that shade's gorgeous, really nice. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll get me wipes and then we'll do some swatches here and there as well. I don't know why I didn't get these ready for the start because I know what I'm like for swatching. Right, I'm going to show you some of these shades. I'm not going in with that pink I've nearly used up because I'm trying to keep over it. Another thing I like is this here. And it's like a base. It's a I'm using it as a primer for my eyelids and it's really nice. So I'm going to go in with a few shades. So Calmer, Majestic. I'm going to go in with the Shimmer Magic and the Shimmer Jazzed Up. I'll just do this on the back of my hand. Just look at those. Beautiful one. Wow. I mean, you can see why I love that. Just look at it. Plus, the lighting can make them look more intense than they are. Not that they're not intense. You know what I mean, though. Got a ring light on, so it obviously shows it up a lot more. But that is gorgeous. That palette is just stunning. And I really do like that. It's a nice everyday go-to palette, and that is the reason why, as well as the shade I use for my brows, that it's in my daily makeup collection. And I've gone back to the makeup case again because it just works better for me. So that one, I love it. I suppose we could place it at a number, but I would not know what number it would be, being as I've got quite a few palettes here. So... and I couldn't place it at number 10 or whatever. So we're not doing that, like I said. So the next palette I have to have in is this Revolution Forever Flawless Affinity palette. I just store it. It's great for everyday looks again. Blends out really well. And I just love this combination of shades, especially this time of year. And as you can see, I have made some dents in this. Look at it. I mean, yeah, look, I've panned a lot of shades here. Seriously, a lot of shades. And you can see what my favourites are. I like to go in with this, and I like to go in with that, and then a bit of that one on the crease, and then I'll mix it up and then pull a shimmer, and I'll use a bit of glitter odd times. I just really love it. It's so versatile and easy to use. It's a nice beginner palette. And yeah, I just adore this palette, and I think it was in last year's one as well. I'm not sure though. So I'm going to pop that there as well, so I don't get confused of what I've done and what I've not done. The next ones I've lotted into one slot, and these are the Catrice palettes, Suburbia 1 and 2. I adore these, I really do. My only gripe is they haven't got enough matte shades, but I can go and rematch from another palette if I really want to, but I tend not to do with these as well. And if I can get these shown, yeah, there we go. Let's put them, not like that, like this, that's better. As you can see, I love this because it's all neutrally, and I've gone very neutrally at the minute. I normally do around this time of year. Yeah, I really love it and I adore this. That shade is gorgeous. They're all really so nice. So I'm going to swatch a few. I do wish it did have a lot more mattes in, not a lot more mattes, say 1 row matte, 1 row shimmer would have been nicer, but I really like them, and there was a gift from a friend. So on this one I'm going to do the dark brown and that shade there. There's not got any names to them. And that shade there. So these blend so nicely. I mean, what's not to love? I mean, look at that. They are just really nice. First time I tried Catrice. Very impressed with the brand. A very nice, affordable brand. And in this one, I'm going to go in with that dark matte purple. And then that shade there. And this shade there, which is a purpley one. Actually, this one is a little bit more tricky to work with, that one. And have I got any space? I'll tell you what, I'll do it on this side. Probably going to regret that decision. So I will swatch them. Yeah, that purpley one is a little bit tricky to work with, this one here. It's a little bit hard panned and it feels a little bit dry. But you can work with it, and I have done, and it is a really nice shade. Yeah, not too bad. There we go. Just gorgeous, as you can see. Really nice palette. I really love my purples anyway, and that works really well for me. So I adore them. They are so nice, and they're nice travel sizes as well. So if you're going out on an evening, you just need a palette. You could actually take both of them, and they'd be fine, you know, travelling with. Nice and light, nothing too big. The next palette I'm going to go and show you is the Profusion Neon palette. This was a gift from a friend, and I've been blessed with lots of gifts from friends this year, which has been very nice and so kind. And I adore this palette. I love how it's so bright. Well, obviously neon, so it should be. And I love it. It blends really easily. It could have done with a mirror, but you know, it doesn't matter. I've got mirrors. It's got one shimmer shade where I feel it could have had a couple more, but it's not a problem because I can use shimmer shades from the palettes, other palettes. I clearly can't speak today. Yeah, I really like this. It's so nice. So I will swatch this shimmer, which is a greeny gold, so you can see. And I'm going to swatch. See, I can't talk today. And that one, and the red one, and I will do the blue one. So I shall just swatch these quickly. And these go on so nicely. The red one's a little bit chalky, but it does work really well. And that's what that one looks like. That blue one isn't swatching so well. It can be a little bit more harder to work with, but not too difficult. There we go. That's better. And just look at that greeny gold. It's showing up more yellowy gold on camera, but it is a greeny gold colour. And I really love this palette so much. When I want me bright colours, normally around summertime, spring, summer sort of time. And sometimes in the winter, sometimes not. You know, I'll change it up here and there. Sometimes I fancy more colour than others, you know. But yeah, that is a gorgeous palette and I really love it. And I'm very impressed with the formula. These little 10-pan palettes have got a beautiful formula to what I can work out from just having this one. Because I've got the pastels in the wish list of this. I got the bigger palette, which was all matte shades. I think it's about 16, 18, 20 shades, 24. Actually, it's 24. And the formula in that is a little bit hit and miss, but in this, it's really nice. So if you're going to go for Profusion, although I have another Profusion palette, the Mirage one, and that formula is really nice too. But yeah, these little ones, I've got a nice formula to what I can gather. And that Mirage one, that has got a nice formula as well. And I'm surprised it's not here. Oh, I know why. I've not really used it enough, in my opinion, to be in this collection. Oh, take a breath. I've got a drink here. I'll just have the slurp. Oh, made that a bit strong. Right, the next ones. I'm popping in all these Makeup Obsession palettes. Because we all know I went a bit nuts for a short time on palettes. This one was gifted to me from Heather last Christmas, I think. And this one is the Belle Jordan collaboration palette. And I better not do it that way because I'll blind you with a mirror. So, as you can see, I've hit pan on that one. This palette is beautiful. The formula is incredible. It's really nice, soft and buttery and all of that stuff, what we all say. And it's just gorgeous. I really love it. I just love all the shades in here. So, I'm going to swatch a few. Because if I don't go quick enough, this video could be 2 hours long. So I'm going to swatch that one. Blow Baby. Swatch Bear. Swatch Magic. And a couple of matte shades. So I will swatch the one I've panned. 1706. And this deep purple here, 13. Just quickly swatch them, and the purple is lovely. You can work well with it. It's easy to work with, is what I was trying to say. And I think you would have seen the swatches of this palette anyway before, because I have done a video on this palette, I'm sure. So I'm just going to go in with a couple of them because of the pale shade. They don't always show up on your skin. So, there we go. Right. See how beautiful that is. I mean, that purple is gorgeous. And we all know purples can be a bit like that. Because they don't always swatch well. They don't always work well. But that one works really well. And I always appreciate a really nice purple in a palette that works well. So, really lovely palette. I'm going to get another wipe out because that one's darmed up. And hopefully this video is going out the day I'm filming it, which is Friday. So I've got all the editing to do in a minute. So I don't want it to be super long for that reason either. So the next one in the Makeup Obsession is the LA Dreams palette. and I adore this one. I adore them all, but you know what I mean. The formula is equally as nice as one I just showed you. I'm loving all the greens and the pinks and the purple. This is a me palette. This is just a very me palette, because I like all those kind of shades on a regular basis during the more warmer months, but you know it can change. I'm going to swatch Smoothie Please, because that is a pale green. Sorry about the car horns going on. No idea what they're popping at. I don't really want to know. Beverly Hills. I'm going to do the other green, Surf's Up. I'm going to swatch a purple because, you know, I'll show you how nice it is again. And Road Trip. I'm going to swatch that. Wow. Never stops surprising me. Now that pale green doesn't swatch so great. It goes well onto the eyes though. And that purple seems a bit chalky, but yeah, it's blending lovely. I'm going to just not get the wrong finger on this. Do that first green again, mainly because it's more of a satin, you know. Not exactly a shimmer, it's just more of a satin shade, but it's a really nice green. Yeah, you can see it really well now. And it's just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I really love it. I love them all. I can't choose a whole favourite palette. Just go in the drawer and say, this is my favourite of all time, because it doesn't work that way. And I'm hoping this doesn't stop filming, because I've not got a hell of a lot of space on this iPad. I know I've got a stick thing in, but it swaps to that once I've stopped filming. So until then, I'm hoping I can manage with 7 gig. Okay. So that is a beautiful palette. I really adore it. Absolutely love it. I'll pop that there. And the last one in the Obsession collection is this Flower Haze. I bought this on a whim. I won't lie to you. It was cheap. It got me. And I bought it with Misplay gift cards as well. So gift cards are one off there. So this is just such a gorgeous summery palette. This speaks spring and summer to me. Just look at it. It's gorgeous. I'm going to swatch that blue shade because that is a duochrome. It's really nice. Sunflower is also a nice shade, and I'm going to do just a couple of matte shades on this one. And I'm going to do Sunflower and Tulip. Can you see the duochrome on that blue? I'm pretty sure you can't on camera, to be honest. And yeah, can you see it go? I will turn that ring light off in a minute, but I don't think it will improve anything. I really don't. But these shades are beautiful. I don't know if you can see that one going blue to purple, because that's what it does. When I look at it from here, that goes blue to purple. And a little bit pinky by the looks of it, but it's not. It's more blue to purple. So yeah, I think you can see it when I'm moving my hand like this. Tell me in the comments if you could actually see it. But it's such a beautiful shade, and I really enjoy using it. Normally these duochromes don't work well for me because they tend to look like I've got funny sort of eyelids. It seems to sink into the wrinkly eyelids. Oh, I'm glittered up. seems to settle into the wrinkles on my eyelids quite a bit. And I'm going to get a tissue. And so I'm a bit funny with duochromes, but that one works very well for me and it doesn't do that. So it must be a really nice formula. I don't know if it shows up in the pan. I know Nikki does something, Nikki Raven, where she does that. You see, I can't talk. And it shows up the effect more. I, to be honest, don't think it's doing anything. But yeah, I love this palette. The formula is just incredible. If you have not tried Makeup Obsession, I highly recommend. Okay, we're not got far to go. Now, I had to put this one here, and that is the Beauty Bay Earthy palette. I only bought the £9 palette, and I'm glad I did because I didn't need the bigger one. And I love this. I really love this. If I want green eyeshadow, this is the palette. This is the one you need. It's just beautiful. It really is incredible. And the formula, wow. They always say that Beauty Bay's formula is very close to Jeffree Star's formula. And I'd understand if you don't want to get anything by Jeffree Star, because we all know he's a bit of a twat. Excuse the language. It's more than a bit of a twat, to be honest. I don't like the man. I can't bear him. But his makeup is very good. Anyway. So, if you don't want to do that, get Beauty Bay. Now, I thought the formula of the two big Beauty Bay palettes I have is incredible. And it is. This is better. How they improved on that, I don't know, because it was already incredible. So I'm going to swatch Apple, and I'm going to swatch Pine, and then I'm going to swatch Moss, and if I could read that, honestly, Pixie. I'm going to swatch that bluey greeny shade. I've not actually used it on the lid yet. It's a bit shocking for me because I normally have gone in with the whole thing. Right. These are like butter. Absolutely like butter. They are stunning on the eyelid. The swatches are not doing it justice. But, oh, I don't know. But they are, wow. Blend really easily. It's such a gorgeous palette. And if I am going in with greens, particularly want all greens, I will reach for that. And oh my, I've got this everywhere. I'm covered. I'm going to need a shower here. Now, I'm aware I've got the same top on as the last two videos, and that's because I've just filmed these within a couple of days of each other, and I don't change up my jumper every day because I don't need to. So, that's, oh dear. Yeah, there is glitter everywhere. I am covered. Oh well, we'll carry on. So, the next palette, let's close that, because if I drop it... the next one, I picked up this Romantic Beauty one. This was a very cheap Chinese brand, I'm thinking. I'm not actually certain. Made in PRC. No idea where that is. Not very good at geography. And it's this one. Now, the palette is cheapo and cranky. You know, the packaging. It's a bit rubbish. But it's a really beautiful palette. It's really surprised me. The way it's set out, it reminds me of one of them Fenty palettes. The way they're this shape in the pan and not, you know, your normal regular square. And I adore this. Now, it's got no shade names, so I'm just going to swatch a few. I will swatch one matte shade, which is the peachy one, which I adore. and these are very soft and buttery and go on really well, and the formula is gorgeous for the price. I think I picked it up for about $1.99, $2.99 instead of $3.99, but it's worth the $3.99. They could have done better with the packaging, but you know, but it's just beautiful. And I did a summer look, I think, didn't I, about, was it July time it was? So I did a summer look then with that palette, and it's, you know, you could see on that video how nice it is. Oh dear, I'm so covered in glitter. So the next ones, I'm nearly done. I've put these into one lot, these three here. These are incredible. Now, I think the name you pronounce, the brand name is Foria or Fora. I can't get my tongue around that name. Anyway, the first one I got was from a friend. I got this as a present. And then I liked it so much that I had to get the other two. There is another one, but I'm not buying it because it's all neutrals and all browns, and I've got loads of them, so I don't need it. This is what she says. So, this, you know, it's gorgeous. Again, the word gorgeous. You can see where I'm going. So, yeah, I really like that. I can talk about eyeshadows all day, honestly. And the purple is beautiful. And I'm going to swatch the shimmers. Now, these shimmers can be a little bit tricky to work with. Not by much, but a little bit. So just bear that in mind. And wow, the purple is incredible. I know the purple what works really well. It makes you wonder why other companies can't do them when this one clearly can. And just look, and that looks like a duochrome actually, showing up on camera as a pinky purple, and yet on me in person it's just showing up as a sort of purpley colour. Yeah, and this is beautiful. It's so nice to work with, and I really don't think it matters what I wipe my hand with right now, because that glitter's going nowhere. That's stalk. That's going to be everywhere, because once you start with glitter it goes all over the place. And yeah, I really like that palette a lot. Could have done with a mirror, it doesn't matter, but you know. So I'm going to pop that sleeve back on, and that is the Conquer palette. Really like the design on the front as well. Then, because of that one being so good, and these are designed in the USA but made in China, so just bear that in mind. This one is the Rocky palette. Now they reduced these down from $6.99 at the time to $2.99, so you know I had to do it. So I'm going to swatch that. I will show you in a minute because I've gone straight in with the swatches. And the pink, and that shade there, and this champagne shade here. I'll just swatch these and then I'll show you the palette. Whew, it's gone really warm all of a sudden. To me it has. No one else feels that warm, it's just me. Wow. And this is a beautiful palette. Now I'll show you, because I've done it the wrong way round. It looks like this. I just adore the mix of colours, and the formula is incredible. It's a really nice formula, and you can get a really nice look or two with this. You know, I'm not the best at creating looks and working with the whole colours a lot of the time, but you know, I do me and I don't care. So you know, whew, sometimes I'm very good at it and other times I'm just not, but you know. Yeah, this is beautiful. It really is nice, it blends well and everything. And we're already on half an hour, so I will try and be quick now and wrap this up, because I'm just worried that this is going to stop filming in a minute, and I'm going to lose all the footage, and I don't want that. Because if it stops because of memory, it won't transfer. I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop it, and then I'll come back, because I'm a bit worried about it. Okay, where was we? We're on this one. So I'm glad I did that. I didn't want it to stop filming and then I lose the whole thing. Okay, so this is the Flora Iron Days palette. And this is a bit of me, this colour story. When I want a big grungy and all of that, this is a bit of me. So I'm going to swatch a few of these shades. That green, wow, them greens, honestly. Copper shade, we need a copper shade. So let's do both of those coppery shades. These are so soft, honestly. These are lovely palettes. Absolutely beautiful palettes. Gorgeous. I think they're worth £7 to be honest. But you know, I picked them up at a bargain price, so that was alright. These are beautiful. And that one looks like it's a duochrome on camera. It looks like it's going gold and then copper. I've not noticed that before. Funnily. I don't know why I've not noticed it. I've just not. But yeah. Beautiful palette. Absolutely gorgeous. Those 3 palettes are worth the money. If you pay £7, they are worth it. Sometimes it's the little gems you find. It really is. But yeah, I love it. And it has to be in a lot of 3. Now, the next 2 palettes. See, this is a hard one. Which one will come first? I've got one of them on my eyes today. So, yeah, I'm going in with this one. Now, I've got this on my eyes today. Just on a basic look, really. And this one is the Morphe 35XO Natural Flirt palette. Wow. I need to stop talking. Right then. And it just is. This palette, every time I look at it, it makes me happy. And I just love it. I really do. I love all the pinks and the browns and the peachy shades. They are just all so lovely. And it's more of a satin shimmer rather than a, you know, bang in your face shimmer. No foils, just, you know, it's just more of satin. I think you can tell that. But yeah, I adore it. I really do adore it. It's so gorgeous. I'm going to swatch a pink and a brown, which I used today. A peach there. And I'll just swatch one of these shimmers, and it's this one I'm going to swatch. And this one is a very close favourite to the other one I'm going to show you, which is the last one. Wow. Oh, that peachy shade didn't show in all very well. It's actually a very nice shade on the eyes, but, you know, on my skin tone, it can take a bit of showing up with the lighting. Not sure you can see it now. You can see it there. So yeah, it's very pale, but you can build it, and these go on so nice, so smooth. You have no problem with blending. This is a nice beginner friendly palette as well, and I really love it. Like I say, whenever I open that palette, it just makes me happy. So it had to come on today because yesterday wasn't a very good day, to be honest. I was stressed out to the eyeballs. So yeah, I just really adore this. It's buttery soft. It's got all the pinks you want and the browns and the peachy shades if that's what you go for. And it's just so versatile. I really enjoy using this, and I'm going to be using it for a few days, I think. I just adore it. I really do. I'm so glad I picked it up from Feel Unique. I think it was December last year. It could be January this year. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was January. I think. And this one, I think, has to be one of my ultimate favourite palettes ever. And this is the Beauty Bay collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. And I adore this. I love the packaging. I love the way it opens. Now, I am trying not to blind you with a mirror, but it's not going to work very well because I've tried this last time and it was a bit of a fail. To that. This palette is just stunning, and it's pressed pigment, so you have to go in a bit differently with pressed pigments. So I can't say it's a beginner friendly palette, because you do have to know how to work with the pressed pigments. And wow, I adore this. I have done so many looks with this palette, so many. And what I particularly like is the fact that the creamy shade, the white one at the top there, it is actually alright on my eyes, because normally when I use a creamy eyeshadow it creases, but this one does not. And I really love it, and I like that pink, and the peach is nice, but actually that was more the peach one. The blue I love. And I'm going to swatch the one I've hit pan on. Wow, that is a duochrome, and no mistake. So these are just beautiful. Why didn't that want to swatch? Come on, being shy. What did I do? I have no clue what I went in with then. Right, ignore that, because I have no clue what I was doing. Probably didn't put a colour on my hand. Finger. Here. One of them days today. As you can see, this is stunning. And that one, I think you can pick it up, that it's going green to gold. It's beautiful. This palette is just incredible. It really is. I'm so glad I got it. When I ordered it off Beauty Bay, Hermes decided they weren't going to deliver it. They lied. So I didn't get it from Beauty Bay. So I had to go all through the rigmarole of getting my money back from Beauty Bay, and them trying to accuse me of being a liar, but we won't go into that. Well, not exactly accuse me of being a liar, but it's the way they worded it. Put it that way. So I've seen it on Depop and picked it up off there. So I'm going to swatch some of the matte shades for you. Wow. Just wow. Oh gosh. I'm so covered in glitter right now, it's unbelievable. And these just go on like butter. They really do. But you do have to work with them different. And just look, it's stunning. I love this palette. It's another palette that when I open it, it makes me happy. It gives me that happy vibe. Oh dear. I am covered, everyone. I am completely covered. Can you see all of that glitter? And pressed pigment does stain a bit as well. Just bear that in mind if you get this palette. But I adore this palette. Try and do it that way so you don't get blinded. I really adore this palette. I really do. It's so lovely. When I first got it, I wasn't all that with it. But then I kept practicing and I kept going on with it because I've not really used pressed pigment before. And I adore it now. I adore it. And as you can see, that shade here is just panned. It's completely panned. And yeah, adore it. Right then everyone, before I chat on for another 20 minutes, I'm going to go. And, you know, this mishmash of a video I've got to edit and get it up today, hopefully. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you do want to subscribe, it's free. It won't cost you anything. I will see you next time for another video. I think it's possibly organising my skincare. I'm not entirely sure. I'm working on the video for the 30 years of makeup, the conclusion. So that's coming. So anyway, I will see you again next time. Please do all the good stuff. It really does help out my channel. I will see you soon. Goodbye everyone. Take care.